Hey guys, welcome to Clockwork, Dandandan Noodles for a breakdown. An actual breakdown this time. We're going to do a review for the first and second episodes of Dan. First show I've properly sat down with and had a look for the new series. This one is a different kind of review, so I'm just going to do a quick review. I'll put some bits and pieces on the screen here. But generally, I just want to say my piece on this show because it's very, very clever, very stylized, very artistic. It's a match of supernatural meets aliens meets cartoony kind of stylization. Then, of course, when he turns into the depressed version, which I absolutely love, the artistic flair on having the colors. It's great. The color palette. Let's talk about the color palette first. The color palette is just bonkers. The use of the color from dark to the highlights when they're going through their respective haunted location. There's a nice use of blue in the color palette, which is very, very nice. There's a nice use of red occasionally. When we go into the spirit realm in episode number 2, the absence of color showing you it's a different realm. Very, very nice. Of course, the red on his hair, I really like that. I thought that was very, very clever because again, he's a deity curse type thing. Not quite sure what to call him yet. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it because I knew it was by the same guy who did Hell's Paradise, but the plot is so different. I like it. I love the characters. I think ISA has got a kick-ass personality. I love the fact that she can say the nicest things and suddenly they gel off on each other, and he's like telling her that she's ugly, and then they're having that argument and you're like, this is the kind of argument where I ship you two together because you work. Like, he's into this, you're into that. You've both got a fiery temperament. So I think chemistry between you guys is great. The soundtrack, of course, by Creepy Nuts, the OP, of course. It's an interesting one. I don't think it's my favourite Creepy Nuts song. I don't think anything can really beat the Bling Blang Bon of Mashal. But I do think it is a fantastic OP. And it's definitely worth a check out because the animation on the OP is very, very nice. It's smooth. There's a lot of very nice haunted locations. And being in Japan, where I see Torii Gates pretty much every day, I love it because I always see the Torii Gates as a entrance to a different realm. If you see certain ones, you can't go through them. So I like that effect that he goes through it and he gets burnt because it's a protective barrier going through. The use of location, I think the soundboard is quite nice. I like the moments where she just blinks and there's a bit of like a cartoony effect on her eyes. So there is this cartoony stylization on the show. So it's not completely dark. It's not just blood. I like the use of the rough pencil lines when we are in the spirit world. I think that's very nice just to show that this isn't the same world as before. The other world is soft. We use these nice colours. There's some really nice watercolour moments as well when the light is coming back up and it's daytime and the guys like come back out of the darkness, which is very, very nice. I like the school setting at the start because, well, I now work in a school, so I recognize it. It's nice to see like the attention to detail. I always get really excited now if I see an anime scene in a classroom and there's a stage and at the back there's like a board. There's going to be like 2 boards in the classroom because that's how mine look and I like it. So I think the start was very nice. You do get thrown into the action very, very quickly, which, well, I can't really say anything about because I think getting straight to the action works in a show like this. I think the character ghost designs are quite nice. Like the granny reminds me of Baba Yaga. I don't know if it's meant to be Baba Yaga. There's probably a Japanese version that she is based upon, but definitely has those Baba Yaga feels. And Baba Yaga is Yugoslavia. She came from the Yugoslavia area, which is now Bosnia-Herzegovina area. I've been to Bosnia. It's really, really chill. I like it. Very different to go if you're used to big places. This place has like nothing in it. It's quite empty, but it's definitely worth it. I love the use of the spiritualism. You've got Grandma there and she gets angry at Grandma because obviously the guy she likes is there. And then she changes it. So she initially says it's because the guy I like saw me and then he laughed at me. So I was angry at my grandma and I was mean. But in reality, she was sad that he was having a go at her grandma. Even though she's allowed to say, you know, I hate you and you're fake. It's different when somebody else does it. I will apologise because I am kind of ill. I'm really struggling. I don't know if it's hay fever or not, but I am kind of coughing like crazy. If you are seeing I own a cut a few times, it's because I'm having to cut coughs out. You guys don't need that. But honestly, I saw the show and it's been a show I really wanted to do. This is going to be a quick style review because at the moment I am behind and I don't have the time to also sit and do a full style review, but I can put bits and pieces on the screen just to show you guys what I'm thinking. And I think honestly this could be the quicker way of doing it if you guys do like this. It also opens up the possibility of me doing different shows, more than just the two I'd normally do. I could do quite a few because these don't take too long to actually edit, so I'm quite down with that. You'll have to let me know what you think of the format in the comments below, but I think so far that the plot is one to watch. I haven't given it my 3-episode rule yet. I am coming in at about an 8 out of 10 currently, but that will drop probably because I think there will be a bit of settling. I can't imagine the plot's going to be this hyper and bombastic. I don't think the plot's going to be as bombastic the entire time, but I do think that the plot is one to watch. I do think it could be a contender for this season. There's a lot of big shows that have returned, so it's got a lot to go and kind of contend with, but as a newcomer, definitely one to watch. That is my quick little thoughts on the first 2 episodes of Dandandan. I think it establishes our characters very well. We got the setting quite well. It is trippy. It's a very trippy anime, so prepare yourself if you haven't seen it just yet and you want to know what my thoughts are and whether it's worth checking out. I would say give it the 3-episode rule, see how you feel. But again, thank you guys so much. First time for talking about anime in a while. Hope you're doing okay. Bye guys.